Hello everyone. How are you tonight?
I'm feeling good, Rash. Thank you for
I'm
Good,
good.
Rest.
asking.
Thank
Thank
you. How
you.
are you?
That's so good to hear. I'm doing great tonight, and I put the Zoom meeting for all of you to discuss about this sexual abuse issue, which is actually really want to talk. I really want to talk about it to all of you. I think you may have a good opinions about it, so I want to hear it from all of you. So on how do I view this sexual abuse issue is actually really horrifying. Both male and female can experience this situation. It's actually really annoyed me because it can be terrifying for the victim. The victim could never ever forget the situation where they're being harassed by the perpetrator. It sickens me. And how do I feel this? Like I said, it was horrifying. And to be honest, many people or any people from around the world should not experience this sexual abuse. And yes, that's how I view it. So how do you feel about this one, Chaya?
Okay, thank you, Reshi, for the time. I find that the case of sexual harassment is pretty traumatizing and irritating for some people, of course. I mean, even me, I have such experience of, you know, um, verbally harassed and also, what is it, blackmailed, and it is terrifying to me. And yes, I agree that it is not only happen to girls, but also boys can experience it as well, because we can find it in certain situation that boys can be catcalled just like girls, and sometimes the girls who catcall the boy would think that they're just joking about it, but it is not. They're just annoy the boy.
Yes, that's actually good to hear from your view, Chaya. Yes, it happens a lot to male and female. And yes, how about you, Fian?
Yes, Rashi, thank you. I think I do agree with you guys, both of you. Like, it could happen to both genders, and it is so disgusting that we can't control the sexual harassment itself. The victim cannot control the sexual harassment. That the victim has to take effects of what sexual harassment does to them. And I think I've experienced this before when I was a kid. Like, I was just walking in the mall. I think I was in sixth grade or something. I think it's sixth grade, and then a group of girls that kept calling me, and then they kept following me when I was just minding my own business, and then I can't. It feels very disturbing for me, and it's uncomfortable for me, and remembering it just making me feel disgust by it. And I think when I was a kid, I don't know what was sexual harassment, so I think it is very disgusting for me. I think that's it.
That's actually gruesome or horrifying moments that you've been experiencing, Fian. And I'm terribly sorry for what you have experienced. And I'll support you, for the sexual abuse. If you can cope with that, congratulations. Because many people cannot cope the sexual abuse situation.
Yeah,
Some
thank you,
people
Rashi.
can, but some people cannot cope, which is actually sickens me. Like I said, some people can cope the situation and can move on from the moments they've been harassed, and some people can. And actually, it makes me sad for the people who can move on and who can cope. They rather stay in the room, isolated themselves, which is actually um, make me sad even more. So, how do you view this, Malika?
Yes, thank you, Reshi. In my point, it sexual harassment is is both sickening and terrifying. How it is can happen at the most unexpected time, where you think you are safe with the harassment since it's crowded, but no, you can still harass you can still get harassed by it, and how the abuser can do such thing without being punished enough, while the trauma carries all the trauma with them. And actually, I have read this a similar news with my opinion. It was about uh, a girl who attend a art gallery, I think. It was crowded, of course, and she was sitting at the chair, and the abuser was sitting behind her and was stroking her hair. She didn't notice at all, like it didn't feel anything to her, and the abusers start to like pull off the victim underwear, and he harassed her. But the crowd, the people around the victim, didn't notice the victim, as they were thinking the abuser was her husband, so they ignored the victim. So yep, the victim was laid unconscious, and the abuser was successfully run away. I think that's all for me. It was really terrifying how it is still happening to us in our society.
Wow, that's actually really, oh my God, I can't even describe it on how you felt and how you see the news. Yes, viewing of this moments or news is actually really makes me scared on how the children could be also abused. If you don't know, children from up below 4 or 10 years old can be also abused, which is infuriates me, because how the perpetrators can do that, sexual abusing the children. How can they do that? They will never recover from they will be. They will never recover from the society. How they can be supposed go on with the society? They can not trust society longer because they've been harassed by the people. And yes, how can you do that? How they can cope with that? I mean, it's a kid. It's the children. I can't even believe this. Yes, thank you, Malika, for your views, and it's actually good story to hear. I mean, it could be our lessons to be on someone. Sorry from what I said. Okay, we haven't heard from Anggun's view, so Anggun, can you tell us from your views? Thank you.
Okay, in my point of view, sexual harassment is never about the victim fault. That being said, until we have effective authority and procedures in place, we need to protect ourselves from predators. To avoid sexual harassment is the first things that you can do is talk to someone you trust, such as friends, parents, or trusted adults. It's hard to defend an issue that is hard to see. The more people who are aware something is happening, the easier it is to make it stop. The second is scream if you feel you are being threatened, so that people around you can know what is happening. And finally, the last thing you can do is document everything you can. If a person begins to send you a message, says or do things that make you uncomfortable, try to capture text, photos, videos, or recordings. In Jogja, the government has created the Lembaga Perlindungan Anak, or we can call it by LPA institution, where the victims of sexual harassment can contact the authority so they can respond immediately. Here, I have a video from YouTube about the LPA institution made by the government. Can you please play the video, Cahya?
Namaku Melati. Aku duduk di bangku kelas 2 sekolah dasar. Setiap pagi, aku diantar ibu ke sekolah. Pelajaran favoritku, matematika. Tapi, yang paling aku suka saat keluar main. Aku sangat senang di sekolah. Itu Pak Pardi. Pak Pardi dekat dengan kami. Ia selalu punya permen atau coklat untuk kami. Pak Pardi orang yang baik. Wah, sudah waktunya pulang. Ibu bekerja setiap hari. Seringkali aku menunggu jemputan ibu saat pulang sekolah. Untung ada Pak Pardi yang baik menemaniku. Wah, hari ini ibu datang lebih cepat. Sampai besok, Pak Pardi. Hari sudah pagi, waktunya ke sekolah lagi. Hari ini ada pelajaran menggambar. Hari terasa cepat sekali, teman. Ibu telat lagi hari ini. Ibu lama banget. Ada Pak Pardi. Aduh, pengen pipis.
Okay, thank you for sharing the video, Anggun and Taya. Yes, it's actually real. I can't even describe how it felt when I watched the video. It's actually can be happen to anyone around us. Let me restate what Malika said when she's told the gallery news where the little girl was being harassed. Yes, this is same like happens in the video because two of them have the similar story where the little girl was also didn't know that she was gonna be harassed by this man because she thought that he is kind, nice, but turns out he is the monster who ruins her life. And yes, I think that's all from me. Thank you for all of you coming to the Zoom, and I appreciate your opinions, your views about this issue, and I hope we could talk about any other issues and how do we discuss it. Thank you, all of you. Have a great night.
Thank you so much, Reshi.
Thank you
We are
so
thankful to you
much.
too. Thank you.